You are listening to session/episode 106 of Primordial Harmony, a retelling of the classic elemental evil story in the Dungeons & Dragons multiverse. My name is Mike, I run this, and tonight I'm joined by...
Hello, my name is Senna, and I'm playing Delia, the Gnome Wizard.
And my name is Kitties, and I'll be playing the Gnome Bard, Hum.
Ew! I'm Miles, I'm playing Tadias Oddnoff. I'm an Osmar Seeker.
Nyx will be here shortly. She's playing Vox, the Changeling Rogue. When last we left the Excavators, Delia, Hum, Tadias, and Vox, with Lucy the Boulette and Rook the Snurfneblin, found themselves still reeling at the loss of Zachariel, but pressed on through the caverns to meet up with the earth elemental carts that Renwick sent back to them. Eventually they met, the carts being piloted by a giant spider familiar summoned by their lich ally. They hop into the carts and continue the long drive late into the night back to Orboro. When they get there, the excavators pile into Renwick's home away from home and inform him and Mikhail of what happened to Zachariel. Renwick also relates a little bit more detail on how the earth carts were driven into Orboro and by who turned out to be air cultists. They had almost killed Crad the innkeeper, but fortunately Renwick put a stop to that and disposed of the cultists. However, he did express to the party that Windvane should be taken out and away from the town. The party agreed and they all settled in for the night. Delia had trouble sleeping, and being the gentle lich Renwick is, he offered Delia a chance to blow off some steam in a pocket dimension gymnasium. She did, firing off all of her spell slots, working out the rest of her mental tension. She returned to some good-natured ribbing from Hum and Vox, but was soon fast asleep. The next morning, the party awakens to a breakfast conjured and prepared by Renwick. With full bellies, Hum and Delia went to pick up Lucy, who they had left outside for the night. After some asking around, they learned that they could purchase wholesale minerals from the Orboro warehouse, and purchased 3 crystal geodes for Lucy. While Delia and Hum ended up coveting these, eventually they relented and fed all 3 to their bullet pet. Soon the party, Rook, Lucy, and Mikhail, hopped onto the earth carts and drove back to Forthstride. Upon arriving, they would learn, just as Gordon's task force, that the Tudera River had flooded its banks, and that it was saltwater. Before they would do anything else, the party went to Akka to meet with Miladiris, the Amethyst Dragon. And, DM continuity check, Mikhail would break off from the group and hurry up Market Avenue to meet with his friend and crafting partner, Servi. But in Akka, the meeting was long and drawn out, because Tadias and Zachariel's place had to act as a conduit for Sunis and the dragon to communicate, the process taking 4 hours, leaving the excavators to return outside to a setting summer sun, but one less actor to deal with, Miladiris taking her leave. The group then picked up Lucy and drove up to the Wayshield headquarters to deliver the news of Zachariel to Gordon and Floriana. Hum would distract young Sihara as the others delivered the news. Floriana took it as strong as she could, knowing the danger her husband faced on the regular, but ended up softly sobbing in her chair. The excavators were saved from seeing Floriana telling Sihara, as none other than Kalazan Chanzal knocked on the door of the Wayshield headquarters, seeking a conversation with the party. The excavators took Kalazan to one of the still open restaurants on the main drag, and told him about their encounters with the creature that was once his father. Kalazan requested to come along with the party to confront him, but the party fiercely shot the idea down, citing the risks brought by Kalazan being a liability, if not for his safety, then the group's safety, should he turn on them upon seeing them attack his father. Kalazan, angry and distraught, stormed out of the restaurant, but at the door, Tadias cast Detect Thoughts, only to get a good look at the maelstrom of Kalazan's emotions, and upon probing was met with resistance once again. We return to the twilight hour of Flame Rule III, the excavators sitting at a table as Kalazan storms out of the restaurant and down Market Avenue. I'm gonna switch the music here. Calzan leaves your line of sight.
Well, that was unpleasant.
As you say that, you see another figure grace the doorway of this restaurant. And you recognize immediately Torlier. He storms in. He's stomping on the ground, or the floor. I heard from Gordon Copernicus that Zaman Rule had been kidnapped! This is outrageous! Explain how he was taken! He grasps the edge of the table, and soon you smell the scent of burning wood. And the proprietor of the restaurant says, Hey, no fire elementals on the hardwood! And you look down to see that Torlier's hands is searing the wooden table.
Torlier, breathe. Just breathe.
He pulls his hand off of the table, and he looks at the halfling proprietor. Oh, apologies. You also notice behind him a man with pale bluish skin and flowing hair. You recognize Kine, the air genasi. Oh, excuse me, says Torlier. He crosses his arms. Well? And he kind of has this very glower look on his face. Kine slowly enters, seeing how fuming Torlier is, and just kind of stands beside him. He waves meekly.
I'm gonna nudge him and say, "You're better with words."
So, what had happened was, and Hum goes into the whole story, and when she finishes up, she says to Torlier, I can't imagine that Zachariel could be taken unless he wanted to be. And so we have to trust this process completely. He's strong, and when we talk to Renwick really believes that there's a way to get him back. So, can you trust us for about 5 minutes and let us handle this without causing such a scene in public?
He says, I find it... He says, I don't believe for a second that Zaman Rul would allow himself to be taken. Something foul is afoot. And then he sort of droops his shoulders and says, but I believe you. Then he looks to, he just kind of looks to Kine and then back to the party. He just kind of huffs.
Can we do this not in public? This is not the place nor the time for this. Having outbursts like this in public, Chansal's people could be watching us. We have to look calm. We can't look like we're falling apart. And coming in and burning tables looks like we're falling apart.
He makes a good point, says Kine in his sort of breathy, airy voice. Well, he says,
let's go somewhere more private to have this conversation if you need to continue.
He nods.
But maybe you let us eat something first.
Oh, I assumed you had been eating since you were talking to Calazan. I have it in my head that there's like plates on the table with food, half finished or otherwise. But Torlier says, aye, of course. And he sort of walks outside so that he's not radiating his heat in here. And he just sort of stands outside with his arms crossed. Kine looks at the proprietor and says, if it's not too inconvenient, I'd like a plate of something. And the halfling man just kind of grumbles and says, sure, I'll put some stuff together for you. It's going on your tab.
Fine.
just as Kine sits down on the bench of this, like, these tables, you all hear an explosion. Also, hi, Nyx.
Hi, Nyx.
Hello.
All you missed was that Torlier came in, stormed in, and was like, blah, 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 and then basically shut him down. You all hear a loud boom coming from outside. It's like this reverberating shock. And Torlier, just jumpy as he is, reacts. And he bellows out, "Great flames and fury, now what?" And he's looking...
Fuck!
He's looking south, up south, but up the hill of the street of Market Avenue. And Kine just says, "Oh no." And he gets up.
I'm gonna climb out, like, under the table and, like, see what that explosion was.
Hum also jumps up after saying fuck.
Tadai is going to stand up and do his best to finish his drink, which has a significant portion. Hold his finger up. All right, we're ready.
Oh, the trademark.
And then walks out.
Hum throws 5 gold on the table and just walks out. She's grumbling under her breath because she's at that point. She's only 2 feet 9 inches tall, and she's had 3 feet of trouble today.
Mm-hmm. So you walk out, and the first thing you see is, let me mark this. Here, around this area, there's a big cloud of smoke, and there's people running down the street toward you. And Torlier is already heading in that direction. He says, "That was near my shop."
What did you leave on?
"It's not my shop," he says as he
Let's
keeps
go.
going. You see a small flicker of flame, and as you guys are running up the street, people are still running away from the scene, and eventually it's mostly cleared out. And Hum, you recognize this as Servy's workshop, the halfling that works with Mikhail, and also supplies the way shields with arms and armor. And a militiaman stands near, and he is starting to go toward the dust, and it looks like smoke, and he's shouting, "Are you alright? What's going?" And then, out of the dust, 4 elementals appear from the huge hole in the wall. There's a fire elemental, 2 elementals of ice, and 1 of a soupy mud with sizzling sounds and fumes coming off of his body. And I will switch the music, and then we'll roll initiative. As soon as I make sure that this scene is correct. No, it is. I just want to... Yeah. This should not be there. Okay. All the guys are there. Okay. Roll me some initiatives. I need to make sure that the camera can see. Alright, now I can roll some initiatives. Here's Nazier. And Kine. Okay. Let's sort this. So today's roll. Okay. Ooh, fire elemental is on fire. In more ways than one. Okay. The fire elemental. So you see the militiaman kind of like stammer back a bit as these elementals come out of this hole in the wall, and the fire elemental sort of looks around and then just sort of zooms toward the militiaman and tries to overtake him, which means hurt him with his body. He shoots out a tendril of flame. Ooh. Significant damage on the militiaman. That's gonna be... Oh, double dice hurts. Oh, math's hard, you guys. 24 damage. Okay. And then he attacks again. Misses this time, as the militiaman finally gets a shield on his arm and sort of parries that away. Hum, it's your turn.
So, Hum is going to run forward a bit and then ring chimes to see what she can get.
Okay. Chimes.
I need to create a macro for this.
It's just a d20. Or do you mean, like, have it... Ooh. Well, that's pretty good, but you guys are all healed up.
I know, so I'm trying to get this up. Hold on.
Ooh. Steel Wind Strike is 18.
Yes, she's going to do a Steel Wind Strike.
All right. Let me look up that spell real quick.
I actually have it
All
up
right.
already.
Perfect. Well, that's the damage, but I need to know, like, what's the range of it?
Oh, let me key that up. Hold on.
Nice, a big number.
That's a spicy number. That's another number. All right. 30 feet. So you can get this guy.
Hold on, I'm having some technical difficulty. So I can only hit this guy, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately. Is that what you want to do?
I wish I had run a little bit farther forward.
Well, you can say you did.
So I think I'm going to take my full 30 and go to here.
All right, you have that feat. Okay.
And then who can I hit?
You can get... You can
Everybody
get
but
these-
the fire guy.
Yeah.
So I hit them all, except for the fire guy.
You gotta roll spell attacks.
I did not. Hold on.
You did not. You rolled damage. I'll let you keep that damage, but you gotta roll spell attacks.
It's not a save, it's a to hit one.
You could just type in your... I think it's... You have a +9 to your spell attack right now.
Okay, I don't know how I have this set up, and I don't think I'm understanding you guys. So
Do that without the period.
3 times.
3 times. That's a hit. Give me 2 more. That's also a hit. Is Roll20 just really chugging for you right now?
I'm just having issues. My brain is chugging.
Okay. Surgery will do that. Oh shit, okay. Well, we didn't establish who you were hitting, but I guess it's gonna go from the bottom clockwise. Does that sound good?
Sounds good to me.
All right. So roll. Okay, so we'll take the 41 damage on this first ice elemental. The 31 damage on. Oh crap! Really? Oh, hell. Okay, give me a second. I did the thing where. Settings. Attribute hair. What? How did that happen? Okay, let me do that math again. And then 31 from this guy, and then oh man, we got to see that crazy roll. The what is that? 12d6 on the muddy guy. Or sorry, 12d10 on the muddy guy.
So one more damage roll twice. Oh god.
Yeah. 87 damage. Fuck, what does this look like? God damn, okay, so this wow. Do you want me to describe it, or do you feel like you can do it?
Oh no, please have fun.
Okay. Tings the chimes together, and the sound is a clear note that fills the whole street, and her body just turns into a whirlwind, and it tears through the first ice elemental, and then it tears through the first ice elemental, and it tears through the other ice elemental, and just leaves chunks of ice are just coming off of these creatures, and they're all spinning around Hum, and then the vortex of wind that is Hum just slams into this mud elemental thing, and the force of it and the ice crystals tear just all of this off of it. And where do you want to end up? You can end up within 5 feet of any of them, and I guess 5 feet of any of them anywhere. So, like, you have a lot of options.
So I think where I end up is like right here.
Oh shit, in the middle? Okay.
When the dust settles, that's where I'm at.
Alrighty. You got it. Well, this ice elemental is going to turn and attack Hum. Here we go. Just spins around with broken bits of it falling to the ground, and it's gonna make a icy slash at her. 22 to hit for a total of 16.
Hits.
And then another 27 for 21 damage.
Okay.
All right.
And she has to roll a DC. She has to roll con save.
For what?
On a hit, the target must make a DC 15 con save. On fail, the target has disadvantage on its attack roll until the next.
Yeah, you need to roll that con save as this chill enters Hum. All right. Hum just doesn't give a shit. Okay. That's a lot of damage for Hum to take. All right, that's that ice elemental's turn. Delia.
I think I'm gonna fireball.
All right.
Just classic, right around Hum.
Right in the center of the street here.
Yep.
All right. I don't think I need a template for that. Pretty sure I don't need a template for that. Nah, I don't need a template for that. 34 damage. I don't think this one has a chance. So this one just turns into crackly dust and disintegrates. These ice elementals. They gotta roll dexterity saving throw. Okay, well, the good news is they take double that. So
Nice.
steam just sort of erupts from these creatures as they're severely fried by Delia.
And the point made here is don't fuck with gnomes.
Perfect. All right,
I'm gonna move forward.
Vox, what do you want to do? I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Weird. Okay, this one has not gone yet, right?
Has not gone yet.
Okay, I'm going to shoot him with my short bow.
Alrighty. What's the range on your short bow? Oh, 80. Never mind. Yeah. 17. That is just enough to hit. As it across. And I think you get sneak attack because Hum is next to it. So, yes. That short bow is non-magical, right? So
I believe so, yeah.
More fractures appear on this creature, but it is not quite.
And then, as like the bonus action, I'm going to use my cunning action and target him again for my next row.
I don't. Okay, sure. I'm not sure that's how it. I guess you can do that. You just can't move. Okay. Yep. All right. The
That's all.
Forthstride militiaman who saw the fire surround him and not affect him at all looks toward Delia and then the fire elemental, and he says he like fumbles with something in his pouch and he says, just give me a moment, and he disengages. And he looks at Delia. He's got a little, and Delia sees a little bit of shame in his eyes, and he says, "It's a tactical retreat." And he pulls out what looks like a piece of rosin. Kine is going to come up here. He looks at Delia and he says, "Us spellcasters, what would they do without us?" And he casts a spell on this fire elemental, or around it. Because I need a template. I really need wall templates. As he casts a wall of water around the fire elemental, cutting it off. You see just this big bloop of water appear. This big wall here. And that's his turn. Torlier is going to dash up to here with his flaming hammer out. But he has to dash, so he can't do anything. That guy doesn't exist anymore. This ice elemental here is going to also Hail Mary on Hum. Probably be his last action. Oof. 24 to hit for 19 damage.
Okie dokie.
And then another 10. That misses. Tadias.
Damn.
I guess I'll have to dash to get there with my bonus action.
Alright.
I think I'll just slash it up with res.
Alrighty.
14?
14 misses.
I thought as much. Let's improvise that one.
Alrighty. Nine piercing. The dice. This creature is just covered in fractures now. How do you finish it off?
I'm just gonna kind of graze it with a knife, and I don't catch anything really significant. But I'm gonna kick at its leg and let it just fall on top of it.
Nice. It falls over and shatters.
I kind of roll over, grab the dagger, and just use the rest of my movement to get up on this one. That'll be it.
All right. Tadias, as you get up there, you and Hum, and I guess Torlier, notice at the hole in the wall coming out from the debris. Where'd my note go? Is Mikhail. As he says, "Help! They're back! They're gonna..." And then a whip wraps around Mikhail's torso, and this sort of dark pulse of energy emits from the cord of the whip. Mikhail grasps, and he's dragged back into the dark building.
That's not good.
The fire elemental goes, it is trapped in this water, and doesn't know any better. I will make a check for that. Do you think knowing if water puts out fire is intelligence or wisdom?
Wisdom.
I was thinking as much. Okay, so it kind of understands what's going on here. So let's see. Can you do anything?
Doesn't it have flight?
I was just checking. No. So the elemental is going to. Actually, wait. I need to check something important before I commit to this.
I'm going to check to see if I've fixed my Steel Wind Strike macro.
Okay, go ahead. Oh.
There it goes. Yes.
I used the wrong template. I want 20-foot radius. Okay, that's still kind of doing that. Yeah, okay, so this is a wall. This is a ringed wall. It's not a area. So what's going to happen is the fire elemental is going to move toward this building. And you can see smoke start to appear as it pushes its way through, and Kine says, "Oh, shoot." And he keeps the thing up, but he looks at Delia as if she could help. But at the moment, the fire elemental starts to push its way into this building. You saw Mikhail just get thrust into his building, and across the way you saw the fire elemental push its way into another building, starting to cause a actual fire. What do you do?
I look back and forth, and I can't go anywhere because this guy's still alive.
It's true, he could opportunity attack you.
And I am very low on health. And so, she is going to use... Sorry, guys. She's going to use her magic missiles on the ice elemental that's left.
All right.
She's going to shoot 2 of them at him, or 2 charges at him.
Okay. Pulls out the wand and deals, I think that's going to be 8 damage. And more hairline fractures appear, and then the entire structure of this elemental shatters.
And then she's going to move toward... Blah. This is such a hard choice. There's a wall of water here, right?
Yeah, you can go through it, but it is rough terrain.
I think that makes her choice that she's going to go towards Mikhail.
Okay. So rushes into the building.
Goes into the doorway at least.
So when you go into the doorway, you see Mikhail is on the shoulder of a person who's running through the workshop, and you can see them as they pass through what looks like a back door to the outside on the other side of the buildings here.
Okie dokie. I yell out, up to Tadias. They went out the back.
All right. Julia, what do you want to do?
Okay, if I move up to the edge of the wall of water,
Yeah.
can I see the elemental in there?
You can see signs of smoke, but it looks like they used their ability to be able to like pass through spaces as small as an inch without squeezing to get in, and it's touched the wood of the structure and it's starting to smoke. And you can hear some shocked surprises and screams from the other side. And I will say that there's a visible door. Make this simple. There's a visible door here.
Guys, there's people inside this building. And I'm gonna push my way through the wall of water.
Okay.
And that's as far as I can get.
Alrighty. Fox, what do you want to do?
These like shops and stuff, do they have alleyways?
You are in an area. Let's see. Yes, they would. I was just too lazy to like make separate like building things. So, when I made this,
I'm gonna say Vox takes the alleyway to the back of the shop.
Let me draw it. Yeah. Let's say I'm gonna use this nice and obvious orange color to signify a space between a building. Or are you talking about over here? Are you talking about over here?
Yep.
Oh, there is... Yeah, sure, there's an alleyway off-screen. Like, just a square off-screen down that way. So you're gonna try to take an alleyway to get onto the other side of this building here? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, now that I remember, Delia said there's people inside that burning building, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go towards the burning building, take the alleyway, go around back.
Okay.
See if I can like open a door to get them out.
Okay. Yeah. Move your token to show me where you're going. Gotta use movement. If you use the dash action and
Yeah, I
the
was gonna
dash
get
action,
dashed.
if you use both your dash actions, you can probably get to like. Yeah, you can probably get. Or if you let's see, what's your speed?
40.
Okay, so if you use your bonus action dash, you could get to here and throw open a door, which I'll just say is like around here.
Okay.
There's like a side door, and yeah. So get your token over there, and
But that one or next to it?
good enough. I didn't plan this out that much, so don't worry too much about it. So you get there, you can see a side window, and there's like a door. You tried the door, and it's locked.
Oh, I wouldn't try it. I'd like kick it down.
Okay, then make an athletics check. Okay. Vox, in your adventuring life, you've kicked down plenty of doors. You know exactly where to hit. You crack this one open. And you see, what you can see is a bunch of people who are soaked, are sort of moving away from what looks like Kyne's wall of water. and you can see the elemental about to. I'll just put his. You can see the elemental like cautiously touching the wall of it here, and you can see a bunch of people. And I guess I'll just put.
Where would the people be?
Yeah, let me throw up a couple of individuals. I don't have a map for the internal, so just bear with me. I'll just use these halfling markers because that's easy. Okay, so you just see these three people like sort of moving away from the fire elemental here, and you can see through the wavering imagery of, or through the waver of the water and the light inside, the sort of smoke and the slight flame going on here. And you kick open the door, and they turn their attention toward you. Let's say it's like a long hallway of sorts.
I tell them to run this way towards me.
Right.
And as I'm yelling that to them, I'm going to shoot my bow off at that elemental.
Okay.
Is he kind of surprised?
You used your action to break open the door, so you can't shoot right now.
Oh, right.
Is the elemental surprised? Or
Never mind.
Okay. I see why you're asking that.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was your turn. The Forthstride militiaman.
I'm sorry. I am going to get like away from the door a little bit,
Sure,
just to let them through.
You can back up 5 feet. That's not a problem. Okay. Well, the militiaman is going to push through the wall of water. So that was 15 feet. And then he's going to get another couple of feet. He's not inside water right now, but he is going to look back at Delia. He's going to throw the door open. And Delia, you can see with your line of sight to the fire elemental who's like trying to find a way through the wall here.
Give him a thumbs up.
Kine is going to also enter his ring here. And he's going to get himself to here. And he's going to fire off a blob of hot steam at the fire elemental. Oh, that's not the right stat sheet. Let's see. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. See if he hits. Shoot, it's not rolling. Okay, what's his attack? It's gonna be +6. He hits, and he's gonna deal 6 bludgeoning, but that's it. As the fire damage is no effect. Alright, he did something at least. That's his turn. Torlier. Torlier is going to look side to side and realizes he can't really assist here. So he is going to look at Tadias. He'll walk over the icy debris over to Tadias. And what can an easier do? Can easier do anything? He's gonna. There's really nothing he can do.
You wouldn't run after what's his name?
Well, I guess he would. Let's see. So he'll head up in that direction too. He's got 25 feet of movement. That's all he can really do. He can go in a little further. You see. So he enters the room, Hum, and because of his flaming body, you can see how he illuminates the room here, and Hum can see what looks like a explosion that happened in here, obviously, but she sees there's all of this sparkly bright bluish dust everywhere. But he gets a little ways into Survey's workshop, and that's all he can do. No ice elemental. Tadias.
Let's see. Torlair kind of walks into the building, and then there's this little flash of light passes him. So you want to move me 60 that way?
So you're going to go into the building and follow in pursuit?
Yeah.
Okay, I have another map.
Yes, we'll get to that after we fight the other one. After they finish with the fire elemental, or what?
Well, this will happen in concert. So... Yeah. Okay, give me a second. Operating off of 2 maps is just the funnest thing ever. So I need to roll some more initiatives. Oh crap, I used the... it's probably the same roll. Oh well, I'll just reroll that. That doesn't make much of a difference. Okay. So Tadias, you use haste. You cast haste on yourself, and you're using your bonus action to pursue.
Well, 60 is just my movement, so...
Okay, you have plenty of space. You manage to get out to where these dudes are. And for simplicity's sake, I have the map prepared already, so I'm just going to send the player's view there so you can see what's happening. As you see 2 Forthstride defectors dragging Survey and Mikhail away with a Light Eater cultist leading them. You see that they are both bound and loosely gagged. And they turn around and they see Tadias. And let's see. Just make sure I have my notes. Yeah, okay. So you see that going on as you finish your movement getting on this side of the building.
Okay, seeing that, I will bonus action to get the dash right here, and then haste action attack one of the Light Eater.
Which one are you attacking?
The Light Eater, the one I pinged.
This guy, okay. You got it.
Yeah. I got the right one, sweet. What?
That
16?
is a hit. Oh wait, let me double check.
Okay.
I think that's stuff. No, they don't have any of that. Okay, yes, you hit. For 10 damage, perfect.
The turn.
Alright. The Chain Breaker. As soon as you get in their face, they turn, and because, 5-foot spaces don't accurately represent spatial things, this guy turns around with Mikhail, and he puts his sword in front of his neck. And he just kind of holds Mikhail in that, that hostage taker hold. And as he sort of jerks Mikhail into that, you see Mikhail works at the gag in his mouth, and he kind of pushes it out with his tongue, and he's just jerking his body. He says, "You won't kill us! Chunzal needs us!" And the cultist replies, "You don't need to be awake till we get back." And then, as that whole exchange happens, and Tadias, you see that sort of exchange happen in slow-mo for you because of haste, but you're unable to really react as you watch the cultist take the pommel of his sword and bash Mikhail over the head, and he goes limp. And we're going to go back to the other map.
Hey, Mike.
What's up?
When will these people get to run?
That's a good question. What was Vox's turn? I'll make that decision right now. And then, thank you for asking. You normally do events like that on initiative 10. So it'll be on initiative 10. The fire elemental is still enclosed by the whatchamacall, the wall of water, but sees the door sort of open behind them, and he's going to just rush out through the doorway towards Kine, who he was hit by. Is going to attack him. Fire elemental. 1 and 2. So the 17 is going to hit, dealing an amount of damage. 14 damage. Actually, wait. I think Kine is actually resistant to fire. He is. He takes 7. Okay. Okay. That's the fire elemental's turn. Hum, it's your turn.
Hum is going to run after Tadias.
Okay. Are you gonna dash?
Yeah, I think I am going to dash, and then I'm going to use my bonus action to just use Healing Word on myself.
Okay. Go ahead and do that. Bring your token to that other page. Nice. Okay. So you see Tadias in the thick of these cultists with Servi and Mikhail being dragged away. But that was your action and turn. So we move on to Delia with the fire elemental in your face. What do you do?
We're thunderclapping. I'm just gonna put my arms out wide and clap right in his face.
All right. DC 17. DC 17. Constitution. No, sorry. Well, wait. Aren't
Okay.
you a evocation wizard?
Yeah.
Doesn't that give you that thing with the thing? I think it gives you something. Maybe not. Potent cantrip? Starting at 6th level, your damaging cantrips affect even creatures that avoid the brunt of the effect. When a creature succeeds on a saving throw against your cantrip, the creature takes half the cantrip's damage. So, he takes 7 thunder damage.
Well, good.
Alrighty.
I'm glad that you knew that.
I was trying to convince you to take a save cantrip for that reason. Alright, the townies are going to run as fast as they can out of here. They're just dashing and they're avoiding furniture as they're getting out of here. And Vox, you hear them grumble to themselves. I thought Simple Heat had a handle on the fire elementals. But it's your turn, Vox. What do you want to do?
I'm going to run the other way. Okay, when I get about there, I'm gonna shoot at the elemental.
Alrighty. Ranged attacks through the wall of water are at disadvantage. Yeah.
And it's rough terrain going in, right?
It's rough terrain for that 5-foot square. Yeah.
Let's go. I'm gonna have to do that then.
Okay.
Just shoot my short bow.
You're taking the disadvantage?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see how you do. That's enough to hit. And I'm just gonna... You don't get sneak attack though, because it's disadvantage. However, because the arrow was soaked in water, I'll throw on another damage. Because the arrow was soaked in water. Okay.
Even though I've got kind there.
You have disadvantage. If you have disadvantage at all, you don't get sneak attack, period.
Oh, okay.
It overrides everything. So the Forthstride Militiaman is going to attack. He's going to have a couple of swings with his longsword. Off of, that was 2 GM, but that was a 22 to hit, so he hits. Man, I hate that. You can toggle. Okay. And he attacks again. He can do that. And misses with the other one. Alright, so he deals only 4 damage to this creature. And the sword he uses superheats, and he turns and moves his hand towards the water. Kine is at a very big disadvantage here. So he is going to... what can you do, Kine? What can you do, Kine? Kine is going to dash around the fire elemental, and he's going to cast invisibility on the militiaman. He disappears from view, but I'm just gonna mark him. So, what's a good symbol for invisibility? None of these are good symbols for invisibility. I'll just give him the blue. He's invisible. Alright. Back to the other map. Sure. The Light Eater is going to strike at Tadias. Where is she?
So,
What's up?
question: when Hum came on the page here, it was 35 to get to the edge of the map, and then she would have still had 25 movement, correct?
I'm abstracting it so that it takes all of your movement to get through the mess of that building and onto the other side with your dash action.
Okay.
Alright. So the Light Eater is going to take a couple of slashes. It's going to... Actually, no, yeah, that's what it has to do. So, 1 on Tadias, 15 to hit, nope. Ooh. How does Tadias block all these with his super haste?
It's just a bunch of almost like boxer down dips and ducks and weaves.
Alright. He says, hold still! And, it's around that time that Torlier runs... That's not the right token, god damn it. I thought I copied Torlier. What's going on here? Okay. Copy. And paste. There we go. Torlier comes out, just behind Hum, sees what's going on, and he has a little bit of movement left, so he just gets another 10 feet up here. But that's all he can do. And that's his turn. Chainbreaker is going to attack Tadias. Actually, he's gonna do... Yeah, I think I will do that. The Chainbreaker holding Servi, he's holding the halfling in one hand. He sheathes his sword, and in a pouch that's right above his scabbard, he pulls out a bag, and he flings this black dust at Tadias. Here we are again. Roll a dexterity saving throw, Tadias.
Okay.
Which I think you have advantage on, actually.
Exactly. 17?
So this black dust flows over Tadias, and just sort of becomes a cloud that it quickly dissolves into the ether as the Chainbreaker curses. It's your turn now.
Whose turn?
Your turn. Nice.
He doesn't. I'm gonna cut up this one real good.
Oh, you can't see the turn order. Okay. Don't worry. I know whose turn it is.
All right. So I'm gonna use the blood flint. Let's see if this guy bleeds.
Who are you attacking? Okay. Yeah, that's a hit. That is a lot of damage. Yeah, you hear a sizzle and a grunt from the man.
That's for all the innocents.
Same guy.
Same guy.
For 9. Okay.
I'm a creo.
That's a miss. Oh no, that's a hit because he's not using a shield.
Well, I was gonna improvise that, so I said it, so I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
So there we go.
Definitely hits.
And then I add that one's for me.
He groans in pain as his whole body seizes, and you see smoke start to come out of his armor. His ruined,
This one's for
trashed
good
armor.
measure. Because I have a haste action. And this one's for good measure. Because I have a haste action.
Describe killing the Chainbreaker.
Who's next?
Did you say a bunch of things and I didn't hear you?
Only one thing.
Oh, I said describe killing the describe killing the Chainbreaker. That's what these guys are.
Oh, that didn't come through? Alright. So I just said like it's just a flurry of like almost invisible slashes and steam and smoke and like burning blood kind of coming off the section. So it's mostly all on the ground. And then I just kind of zoom between them and I kind of put my hands on both of them and I say, who's next?
All right. And Servi drops to the ground, still tied and gagged. The Chainbreaker holding Mikhail just drops his unconscious form on the ground and he rolls over a bit. He draws his sword and he goes for Tadias full bore. Where'd your sheet go? There it is. Oh, 9. That's not gonna do it. But he is going to follow up, spreading his fingers, and needs you to make some kind of saving throw. We'll find out. A Constitution saving throw. As you are hit with 11 thunder damage.
Still have haste.
Still have haste. Alright, back to the other page. The fire elemental is going to look around angrily and will attack Delia.
I'm gonna shield it just beforehand.
Okay. 21
Oh, it still hits.
for 13 damage, and then this one on Kine. And that misses him. Back to the other page. Alright. Oh, that's not the
Wrong
right
page!
Wrong page! Oh god. Okay.
Oh, we're gonna put Ren into this. We're good.
No, it's still the wrong page. God damn it. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go.
So Hum is going to run forward. And having had success with her chime ringing before, she's going to ring the chimes once again.
Alrighty. Ding. That's a 14.
And so she wants to go to Steel Wind Strike again. So she's going to come at them with Steel Wind Strike again.
All reliable. Alrighty. 20 hits and 24 hits. 48.
Oh my god.
Big number.
Okay.
I think I like this. I want it in my real life.
They are super fucked up. Yeah. Good rolls. Where do you end up?
So I'm going to end up right next to Survey,
Okay.
just in between him and this guy here.
You got it. It's Delia's turn.
Okay. Um,
Oh, and with her bonus action, she was going to give herself another healing word.
Okay, go ahead and do that. Your token is here, so you can edit it there too for ease. What you doing, Delia?
how's this guy looking?
The fire elemental still seems kicking.
Okie dokie. I think. I think we're gonna Big B's hand.
Big B's hand. Did you ever draw art for that?
No,
Alright. One day,
one day.
I'll bring out a hand.
And we will.
I'll make it purple. You can control it.
I think we're just gonna smash.
Alright, give me a smash.
I have it somewhere.
That is a hit. For 12 force damage. Or 17 force damage. Oh, not 117. Okay. Good hit, good hit. Is Big B hand huge? Or big? Large?
Yes, it is.
Alright. You can control that guy, by the way. The townsfolk, they're just gonna sort of gingerly come out here and watch this chaos. Vox, what do you want to do?
Sorry, I knew what I was gonna do, but now I'm having second thought.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna attempt to shoot at the elemental again.
Okay, do you want to do it from there, or do you want to enter the wall, or... Because, I mean, you could... I think if you get here, I'm not being super exact, I really need a wall template, but I think if you get to this square, you'd be able to attack with normal, at least. And that wouldn't cost you more than you can spare in terms of movement.
Okay, because I was also going to, like, after I shoot, I was gonna dash out to follow the others.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I guess I can step in and then step out.
You can. It would steal a lot of your movement from you because of the rough terrain. But you certainly can. So if you do that, it'd be like, let's see, that's going to be 15 movement, and then that is 30 feet of movement, and then from there, you'll have, if you use your bonus action to dash, 50 more feet of movement, which would probably get you, yeah, it would get you inside of Servi's and Mikhail's workshop, but it wouldn't get you on the other side in this turn. But you'd be well on your way. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna go in to the circle there
All right.
and just shoot.
Okay. You're now soaked with water.
So I get advantage now that I'm in.
You don't get advantage. You just have normal, but you have sneak attack, which is the important thing.
Oh, that's right, right.
That's a hit. You do get sneak attack. That was an unfortunate sneak attack. Okay. I'll take care of the damage. What, are you gonna start heading the other way now?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Head the other way.
You end up at initiative. You'll end up inside, but you'll have enough movement on your next turn to get to the outside and join the fight there. So
Okay.
Vox ends up on the inside here. And as you're going through, you also notice this sparkly, bright blue dust everywhere on the walls and floor and ceiling. The Forthstride militiaman is going to get out of the way a little bit, and then he is going to... He is going to... I don't have a macro for that. Oh, that's okay. Pretend this is a plus... Oh, wait, I can just change this real quick. There we go. Alright. He's going to get advantage on this. He comes out of his invisibility, shooting another bolt of crossbowness at the fire elemental. Like crits. Alright. Does a little bit of damage. A little chip damage. That's his turn. Kine still really has nothing to say to this fire elemental because all of his stuff does fire damage. So he's just gonna do the help action. So the next melee attack the next attack roll on the fire elemental has advantage. And that's Kine's turn. And we go back to the other map with the Light Eaters. Or the Light Eater and the Chain Breakers. Alright. The Light Eater is damaged. So, seeing what Hum just did, he's going to cast a spell. He's going to cast a spell. And the spell is going to... Tadias and Hum, you feel all of... The first thing you feel... Actually, this is a little bit... this might be a little bit traumatic for Hum and Tadias, because Hum and Tadias, you both immediately recognize that the connection to the elemental items you carry, Chan's Chimes and Suni's Spade, severs. You can't feel their presence at all. And then the Light Eater looks at Tadias with a grisly, angry face and is going to turn to run away. What would you like? Do you have an opportunity attack?
I have a reaction, so yeah, I can chop him up.
Alright. You're very quiet.
Sorry, is that better?
Yeah, it's better. That's a hit. Let's see if you knock him down. Okay. He trips and falls. And doesn't have enough to... he didn't have enough HP. The anti-magic field goes away and that connection is restored immediately. Torlier is going to puff his way up here and interpose himself between this guy and Mikhail, and he's gonna join the fight too. He's gonna try to take a swing. Oh, he misses though. All right, the Chain Breaker here. No, he's dead. Never mind. Tadias, it's your turn.
Okay, let's see. I guess we're gonna cut the one that's alive.
That is a hit. For 13.
Second attack. Yeah.
With another flurry of dagger strikes, this Chain Breaker goes down.
With my bonus action, because I can interact with objects, I'd like to undo the bindings.
Okay, easy enough.
Is Mikhail still unconscious?
He is unconscious.
Okay. Then I will just haste action and start dashing them back the other way and make sure that everyone else is good.
Okay. haste action dashing the other way.
Hopefully 110 based on.
I am abstracting this, and I will say that you see you basically stop where actually haste action dash. Yeah, you could make it out. Okay. You Vox, you see Tadias just zoom past you in the workshop. Okay. So let's say you end up. Hold on, let me change the map again here. So Tadias, you'll end up here. We'll say.
Excellent. That'll be my turn.
All right. Did I close the turn?
Can I say something as Tadias runs by?
Definitely.
Is everything good?
Fine.
Okay.
Top of the round. Fire Elemental. Going to attack Kine and Delia. We'll go with Kine
Oh,
first.
shield.
He misses Kine. And I think he misses Delia with shield.
Yep.
Alright. It's your turn. Mikhail and Servi are safe.
Can Hum pick up one of their long swords and put it on her belt?
Yes.
So she does so and goes to Mikhail and tries to wake him up.
It's gonna be a medicine check to try to rouse him as he is unconscious. Yes. Okay. So you, as an action, you rouse Mikhail. He groans as he wiggles his body, like he moves his arms. Oh, my head, he says.
I bet it hurts.
Yeah. Anything else you want to do,
She's just gonna gather these two up, trusting in the rest of the party handling the one fire elemental.
All right. Delia,
We're gonna try and squash him.
you have advantage because of Kine giving you that assistance. All right, that hits. For 16 force. For 21 force. And the fire elemental grows weaker and weaker. However, the fire here grows a little bit more stronger. Vox, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna follow Tadias back to the fire elemental.
All right.
I think I can get about to there, and I'm gonna fire away.
Okay, you'll have disadvantage, but you can still. Is Bigby's hand corporeal?
It is because it's got an AC and it's got HP.
Okay, it's gonna provide. It's gonna provide a lot of cover.
Well, I can move it, and I just read that Bigby's hand is my bonus action.
Oh, do you want to take the rest of your turn then?
Can I just thunderclap it real quick?
Go for it. Let me get the sheet up so I can saving throw. Well, damage is damage. Okay, so Vox, you have a clear line of sight.
But I still have disadvantage, right?
Yes. That is just enough to hit. Full damage. Okay. You keep chipping away at it, it's almost there. The Forthstride militia man knows he's kind of at a disadvantage here because he doesn't have magical weaponry. So he's going to move around Delia. Actually, no. Yeah. Yeah, he's... Well, no, maybe not. He will... You see him, What would he do? He, He says, I'm going to call the fire brigade, just in case. And he splooshes out of the wall of water and starts running down the street. Kine sighs and says, yeah, I better fix this. And he casts Wall of Water again. And he casts it in such a way that it ends up right here, and you just see the flames on the wall just get quenched. But now, Vox, you're in the middle of a wall of water. Actually, what happens if that happens? That's interesting. Water. Creatures. Spells that deal cold damage. Okay, no, you're just in a wall of water, Vox. You're just immersed in this water. Torlier starts to work on Mikhail's binds. And that's what he's doing. You see a little bit of smoke curl up from the ropes, but he has dexterous fingers and avoids Mikhail's hands or wrists. Dias, what do you want to do?
It's 5, 10, 20 to get through here.
Yes.
So then I need 30.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would like to take a quick assessment of the situation, see a giant pink hand, and say, Delia, force it into the wall. And I'm going to run up, and I'm going to pull it to Zachariel, and I'm actually going to use the shove action.
All right.
In this diagonal direction.
The shove, yes, you can do that. Cool. So you touch it, you're going to take damage if you touch it.
I know.
You will take 1d10 fire. That's who. And then you're going to try to shove the game. Okay. Yeah. Surprising amount of resistance, but you do shove it 5 feet.
And then I'm going to move over here, and then I'm going to use my hasted action and do it again this way, diagonally.
Alright. I think you're going to take another bout of fire damage for that. And also you need to roll a con save. Also, I can't hear you.
The microphone's on my right side and my shoulder on the left.
Yeah, so you saved that one. But you're going to try to shove him again, so go ahead and roll that athletics. Okay. You shove him, and wait. And like that.
Yeah, I was trying to go diagonally, like that way.
Yeah. Yeah, you shove. So, Tadias, the flames encircle your hands as you're shoving against the elemental, and you feel that heat. You feel that heat as the fire burns your hands, but you even though this creature's made of flame, it still seems to have a solid form. But you shove it into the water, and there's just this loud hiss as it just is quenched as well by the water and disappears.
And I immediately stumble and just kind of start looking real doe-eyed for a second.
Bigby's hand holds him up.
Kine just sighs, and he drops concentration on the wall of water.
You did it. Good job.
Does Hum bring Servi and Mikhail to the other street?
Yeah, she asked Torlier to help her in getting Mikhail, who's got his head all messed up, to get him to where the other people are.
Okay. Torlier, actually, he says, I probably shouldn't touch him. He wiggles his fingers, which are piping
Oh, that's
hot.
right, fire butt. So she brings them
Eventually,
out.
yeah.
When they're passing through the shop, Hum makes a smart ass comment saying, "Did you guys explode pixies in here?"
Mikhail, like, now that he's unbound, he rubs his head. He says, well... And then Servi looks kind of embarrassed. He says, we were working to extract the Kabalst. That's the stuff that makes up about 90% of the rosin and the rest of our experiments. We're working on extracting the Kabalst from the rosin you gave us. But, Servi, and Servi says, I dropped the stones during a really important part of the process. And
Hum's eyebrow goes up, just the one.
he says, this won't be the first or the last time something like that happens, but those creatures, that's never happened before. Even when the stones are agitated like that.
Well, no one's worse for wear.
I got knocked out, he says, looking at Hum.
You're alive. And not with Chansal, may I say.
Truth be told, Mikhail, he was quite brave out back there.
I didn't catch what you said, Miles.
Truth be told, Mikhail was quite brave back there.
He both looks like a little embarrassed on what Hum said to him, but also a little bit proud after what Tadias said. And you see him assess like the room here, and he gives a sigh and he walks over to this area where there's like tools and stuff hanging, and he grabs a broom and dustpan, and you see him starting to collect the dust that is everywhere into this pan. He says, gotta save as much of this as we can. This is hard to come by.
Hey, Mike, how much concordance did Hum pick up there?
You're maxed out.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute, hang on. Actually, that's a good question, kind of.
Max out
I'm pretty
100.
sure you're maxed out because... Oh, I see. Okay, because there's other things you can do besides just any number between 1 and 10. Yeah, okay. Let's see. 3 baddies. Elemental creatures. You're probably at that next threshold.
65?
Oh no, 45. Well, actually, I think you're probably at 50. But now you can roll a d8 or a d6 or a d4 and subtract or add from your result. Although, after defeating Erisi, this is sort of moot, because you can just plus or minus 10, any number between 10.
Yeah, right.
But,
Okay.
yeah. Just how the game happened. So yeah, you see...
It works out.
You see Mikhail and Servi starting to put things back where they belong and start to clean up.
I will help them.
Hum helps as well, but she looks at Tadias and says, can we just go find a place to sleep? Can this day be over?
Soon.
A little bit into the cleaning, Mikhail says, I've been thinking about what Renwick said as he's like sweeping up some stuff, putting some debris back in order, and there's like a garbage bag going on, like a canvas sack. He says, those elementals that came from the rosin you gave me, he says, you remember what Renwick said about the boundary between the prime material and the elemental planes getting unstable? I can't help but wonder if this is a symptom of that.
I guess it's possible. Do you guys feel like maybe you should wait to mess with this until we can get this all sorted out?
Mikhail and Servi look at each other, and they both get a determined look on their face, and they look back to Hum and say, "We'll be extra careful. We want to help in the way we can. We want to give you resources that you can use in this fight. We are planning on working through the night anyway."
Get working on that box for us.
What'd you say?
We talked to Mikhail previously about getting a box of anti-magic to store the weapons in while we're moving.
Huh. Oh, speaking of which, crap. I'm going to say that, the little buffer of Dispel Magic that Renwick left Windvane with has probably weared off by now, or is close to wearing off.
I'll do a 5th level dispel.
Okay. So I'm gonna track that real quick. Let's see. Yeah.
Actually, let's do a 4th level.
The 4th level for 8 hours. Okay.
Now, if I do an 4th level as well, does that build
It does not stack.
Okay, it doesn't stack. Then never mind.
Iron Fang destroyed. That's nice to write. Okay. Cool. Let's see. Yeah. The anti-magic box. Mikhail looks at, or they look at each other again. They look at Tadias. That's not really my specialty, he says. I can start work on that, but I don't think it'll go as quick as what we're about to do with the rosin.
Whatever you can.
And they nod. And soon they have their workbench back in order. It took about, with everyone's help, it only took about an hour to clean everything up as much as they can, sans the huge hole in their wall. And also in that time, there was there's a group of militiamen that were ready to set up a fire line, but then when they saw that it was all taken care of, there's just a bunch of, back and forth talking about what happened and taking reports, and 2 militiamen are stationed here in front of the big old hole in the wall. But at this point, it's getting pretty late in the night. The sun is definitely well below the horizon. Stars are out in the sky. What would you like to do?
Hum shows Tadias, look, I got a long sword.
What you gonna do with that?
Stab people with the pointy end?
Alright. And we can probably do better for you.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick with the long sword. I gave my rapier away to that woman back a long time ago. And now I now have a sword again. I was thinking about maybe going and buying a rapier tomorrow morning.
We have them funds. We should get you right there. That thing is a little hefty for you, don't you think?
Hey, Miles, I'm having trouble hearing you. Sounds like you're...
I'm gonna boost my thing. Be right back.
Okay. It sounds like you're talking through mud.
Yep.
When Hum's talking about that, though, did Hum use the crossbow that Grumpy Stones gave her?
She hasn't used it in a while.
Okay.
She traded that out like immediately. She got rid of her old
I think my
costume.
gain got rolled down. That's what happened.
Ah,
Anyway, I was saying that that sword looks a little hefty for him because long swords, I believe, use strength.
yeah, they do.
So we have the funds if some shop is open. Well, let's get you a rapier, eh?
Sounds good to me.
What time in the day is it right now?
It's late. It's I guess let's see if I were to put a time on it. I would say it's like 10:30.
I think it's time we finally get some rest.
Sounds about right.
You're gonna have a long day tomorrow, I take it. Survey says as he's working on obviously working on this project with Mikhail.
These days, every day is a long day.
It seems like there hasn't been it seems like since the 21st it's been all one long day. The 21st is when the Null invasion happened.
She slaps Survey on the back and she says, I agree.
Actually, was it the 21st or was it the 20th? It was the 20th. Okay. Oh, he says that. So what do you guys do? Why don't we take 5?
That sounds like a good idea.
I will be right back.
As will I. Soft break, and I just want to, narrate you guys to narrate what you do to bed down for the night.
Are we all staying in the same place, or are we going to our separate?
I mean,
think-
at this point, Hum doesn't have a place to go because hers was destroyed in the Null invasion.
Is most of the city still in the Citadel?
No, at this point, a lot of folks have returned back to their homes.
You can stay with me.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'm going to go with you. I really like your mom. She's awesome.
She is pretty great.
Oh wait, does that mean that they're gonna go to Delia's family's place, not her flat?
Yeah, we can.
You tell
Be
me.
nice to get a little family time.
Okay. Vox, you have quarters at the Wayshield headquarters, if you wish.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna head to.
Okay. What about Tadias?
I'm gonna see what's the state of poor decisions.
Okay. Cool, that is something we can do.
Should we go for a drink at Poor Decisions first, Delia?
I love that idea.
Okay. Twirlier and Kine head back to the Wayshield headquarters, as currently they both have some lodgings nearby. Vox, are you gonna go with the others, or are you gonna just head straight to Wayshield HQ?
I'm gonna let the others know I'm headed towards the headquarters. Where should we meet up tomorrow?
We'll meet you at Wayshield headquarters.
Okay, we have a couple scenes to do. Cool. All right. Let's start with poor decisions. We're just gonna go to the Forthstride map because the poor decisions map isn't accurate anymore. When you get When you go down Vardos Lane, it's very quiet. There's not a lot of people out and about. It's not hopping like it usually would be during normal times. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let me just drag a couple of tokens real quick. Terra Hill is still on this page. Why? That is his token. That's annoying. Okay, it's fine. I just need to drag his token. I'm getting to poor decisions. There's not that many people in. But as soon as you all enter, Tadias, you see your mother working at the bar, wiping it down as it is late in the evening. Well, not that late in the evening, but still pretty late. And she looks up and sees the three of you enter, and she puts her hands over her heart and then just kind of goes up to you, not quickly, but just goes up for a hug.
I give her a big hug.
It's good to see you here.
It's been... feels like forever. Good to be home.
She nods. She then looks back and up the stairs and she says, Your father has already gone to sleep. But can I get you anything?
Yeah, I'm just a quiet spot on the floor currently.
She looks down at the gnomes. And how about for you two?
I think we'd like an ale.
She smiles.
I revoke my first statement.
I can provide that. She walks back from behind the bar and she, instead of a keg that's tapped, she pulls out a, what's the word, a growler, and 3 glasses and fills them to the brim.
Takes a drink like Tadias usually drinks.
She just downs the whole thing.
Absolutely.
Delia tries to keep up, but fails.
What was all that hubbub? She asks. Heard a big boom. There's not any more danger right now, is there?
No, just a magical accident.
If only that were the worst of our problems, huh?
If only. Mrs. Adenoff, have you seen Gizo lately?
She says, oh, he's around. He's mostly working on trying to rebuild the first floor of his establishment. It's slow going, as not a lot of wood is getting shipped to the city.
Doesn't look like there's a lot of anything coming to the city right now.
She hefts a sigh and nods. And then she pulls out a glass herself and pours an ale and takes a hearty swig.
I should wander over there tomorrow morning and check on him.
I think that'd be a good idea.
Probably worried.
Is he there now? I can go check on him now.
He very well may be. He comes in sometimes checking to see if you've been around.
Maybe I should go check now.
Slight smile.
Hum has that look like a teenager who is been out way past her curfew and is afraid to go over.
I'll go with you, Hum.
Okie dokie. She throws a gold at Miss Adnoff and she says, I will be back.
Oh, thank you. Delia and Hum leave and head just a little bit down the street to where Twiddles and Fiddles once stood. And in the debris, cleared away a little bit, there's what stands. What stands there now is a shack built with wood that has been salvaged.
This does not look good.
And you also see what looks like the beginnings of a bar. But like, so there's like, in the floor space, the original floor space, right? There's like where tables would be, there's this shack. And then where the bar used to be is the beginnings of a new one. Like a carpentry project.
Well, it's a work in progress.
Let's go see if we can find him. Hum goes in and just kind of goes, Kizo?
Huh? Huh?
Kizo?
Is that Hum I hear?
It's me.
The door to the shack opens. Hello, Hum.
She jumps in his arms and gives him a big hug.
Oh, he hugs back. It's good to see you're safe.
I am for the time being. How are things going?
Slow, he says. He looks at the shack behind him. He says, but I have a roof over my head, and that's all I can ask for right now.
Hum looks at him and says, I have something for you, and you can't say no.
Oh?
She hands him a purse with 250 gold pieces in it.
He looks at it, and he looks at Hum, and Hum can see his, he screws up his features a little bit, and his eyes go misty, glassy, and then he drops the purse, and he goes for another hug. He says, thank you. This will definitely resupply me.
You have to get your feet back underneath you. You are the only thing I have that call home.
Oh, sure. This will be plenty for that, but there's no wood coming in. Can't have a bar without... Can't have a tavern without a roof and walls, huh?
Things are gonna get better soon, I promise.
He backs away from the hug just a little bit, and he looks to Hum and Delia, and he says, "And it'll be because of you. You and Tadias and Vox, I believe her name was, and Zachriel."
We're doing our best.
Good to hear. He then bends over, picks up the purse, and he puts it in. He swiftly walks into the shack, and you hear like a jingle, and then what sounds like a chest being closed and then locked. Then he comes out. He says, "I'd invite you in, but it's a little cramped."
No. Don't worry about me. I'm taken care of. Just take care of you. And we'll be back as soon as we can.
All right. And then he lifts his arms and obviously stretches, and then scratches his side. "I'm going to go back to bed if you don't mind."
Well, we'll be gone before you get up in the morning. But just know everything's going to get better.
He nods and smiles. Well, thanks for stopping by. And then he goes into his little shack and closes the door, and you hear the sound of a distinct lock.
Hum wanders back, kind of kicking rocks, back over to Poor Decisions.
What was Tadias doing in that time? Was he just chilling, or did you want
He's
to?
probably just sitting at the table that all the drinks were at, looking over the maps again, and just looking busy. His mind is just not allowing him to really rest right now.
The two gnomes come back to Poor Decisions.
How's Gizo?
Hum's got tears in her eyes. She's like trying to blink them away. He's living in a shack that isn't big enough to invite us in.
What can we do to help?
Oh, she's
Get
already
word
out.
into here.
I forgot about Rook. Rook's been with you guys the whole fucking time. I'm so upset with myself. He would have like ducked under the street anyway during the fight, but he finally speaks up. He says, fuck. He says, I think she provided plenty of help already.
We need to find a way to get wood to the city.
There's a big forest to the west. It happens to be on the way to some fire idiots we have to deal with later.
We'll see what happens.
Twiddles and fiddles will rise again.
If I have to build it with my bare hands.
Well, you won't be alone. I'll lift some lumber for you.
The tears start rolling down her eyes, rolling down her cheeks.
Tadias is going to give one of those like little head grasp hug things, just where you kind of grab the top of their head and you just ruffle it a little bit.
He's all right. So much of...
Oh, go ahead.
I'll pat Hum's hand and kind of squeeze it.
Only lost things we can rebuild. The things that are important are still here. And we have to do everything we can to defend them.
She says, not Zachriel.
Him too. He's not gone. He's just indisposed.
She looks up all of a sudden and she screams, Lucy!
Lucy is still in the back of GTF, or not GTF, of the Wayshield headquarters.
We left Lucy. I hope she doesn't eat the horses.
I'm sure she'll be okay.
Well, isn't that little one with her?
Are you talking about Sierra?
Yeah, Sierra.
We'll find out after this scene plays out, although this sounds like a really good, segue. If you guys don't mind, I might take that segue.
Do it.
Lucy...
Do it.
Yeah, so, we cut to an establishing shot of, Wayshield headquarters with, the camera kind of above. It's like a drone shot, but then it, kind of pans down to more level with the ground, and we see on top of Lucy is a very tired from crying Sihara, just kind of splayed on top of Lucy's hide, just kind of like the thing that little kids do with dogs. They'll just lay on top of them.
That's an aw.
But it kind of the camera kind of swivels around the headquarters to where Vox and Kine and Torlier part ways, or at least Torlier part ways. He goes to a workshop that he had been staying at. He made an arrangement with a while back when he first got to Forthstride. He says to Vox, "Good luck tomorrow." He sort of exits the scene. But as you enter the Way Shield headquarters, the first thing you see is sitting on one of the benches in the sort of the mini lobby area is Gordon. And he's got... actually, no. He's not in the lobby area. He's on the porch, and he's smoking a pipe. He looks up as Vox walks up the stairs to the porch. "Vox," he says.
Gordon. I go and stand next to him. Did you not hear a big boom?
"Oh, I heard it."
It's been handled.
Good, good. I've been consoling Floriana.
How is she?
She's asleep, thankfully.
Good,
In a few
good. Our hearts break for her, really.
He nods slowly. He says, "And as soon as I finish this pack here, I'm going to go and make sure that I get Sihara inside and in bed. She didn't want to get off of Lucy. That's what you call the bullets you brought to my backyard, right?"
Yep. How's the food situation? For Lucy.
Unfortunately, she doesn't seem to be hungry right now, but there's a pile of rocks back there, so...
Oh, good. So it's lasting. Good, good. So, have you heard of anything else happening in the Sid town? Other than that boom down the road?
He puts the pipe in his mouth and then he crosses his arms and he's just kind of, he looks thoughtful and he says, aside from our way shields out on the outskirts, harrying raids, would-be raids, that the bank's flooding, nothing much else has happened inside town other than that accident. That's what the militia boys are telling me, that it was an accident and an almost kidnapping.
Oh, dear. Oh, hey, have you heard about anything from the other party lately?
Oh, they're investigating what happened with the bank's flooding. They've probably been enrolled a few days now, if anything. I haven't heard anything from them specifically since I sent them on that mission. I'm pretty sure you guys haven't messaged sending Gordon, have you?
No.
GTF,
no.
I mean. I'm asking everybody. You didn't...
No, we didn't.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I assume that they're taking care of it. They're all very, very capable.
Yeah, they seem like a pretty strong group.
He looks up at Vox, he says, I feel like I have this gut feeling that there's going to be a point where our entire... what's a good word for it? He says, our entire entourage here, he says with a gesture, is going to have to band together and assault them all at once before they can bring about whatever they're trying to bring about. Then he takes another puff of his pipe.
Are you saying we should go and meet up with the other group?
I don't know if we're there yet. It might not be a bad idea to converse once again and exchange notes, but...
Goran, let me ask you something.
Hmm.
Don't you ever miss being out there, fighting in the action?
He smiles and he says, "More than you know, less than you think. I have a responsibility here. I have men to take care of. I have administration to worry about. But not a day goes by where I don't think about the old days."
It sure would be awesome to journey and fight with you again.
If it comes to that, maybe. Then he taps his pipe into an ashtray. "I better go get the kid." He stands and you
You
hear,
need some help.
"Sure, come with."
Okay, I follow him to the back.
And there's the sound of boots on hardwood as the two of them head out the back. And you come out and you see Lucy is doing the kind of sleep where her forearms are out and her head's just laid down, and Sihara is in a position where she wouldn't be easy to pick up without potentially waking her up. And you see Gordon trying to he's just trying to find a good angle, and then
Wait. Vox remembering. I go, Lucy, sit.
No. That's not wait, before you...
I wanted Lucy to sit so that Sierra would slide down.
Before you commit to that, Lucy's asleep.
Okay.
If that
Never
changes...
mind then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought I said that, but Lucy's asleep. Lucy and Sihara are asleep. And I'm trying to communicate that Gordon is trying to find an angle to pick up Sihara so that he doesn't wake her, but he seems to be apprehensive. I don't want to wake her up, he says quietly to Fox.
I go and try and help him.
Roll a sleight of hand. Oh. Well, she's asleep and she's a little girl, so that's good enough. You softly, gently pick up Sihara, and then Gordon kind of helps a little bit with the weight so that you're not pressing against her with your hands. And awkwardly, the two of you carry her in and make your way to the small apartment where Floriana and Sihara, and also that family whose last name it's in here. I don't have their last name. Well, I have them in my notes as the Farmstead family. Cedric and his parents. The apartment with all of them. And you make your way there with...
And the dog, and I think there was some elemental?
Yeah, I think that the elementals that Zachariel had been collecting are all at their house. Not entirely sure, but it's crowded, to say the least. And he sort of guides to the bedroom that Floriana and Zachariel and Sihara would share, and gently put her into bed, tuck her in, and then Gordon, shh, and you all slowly make your way out. Close the door, and then Gordon, and he looks at Vox.
You could say that again.
Like,
We're gonna get her daddy back. We will.
I sure hope so. I've grown close to Zachariel. I would hate to see him taken in this way. Well, I'm going to hit the hay myself.
Yeah, same here. I'll see you in the morning.
He grabs, or he doesn't grab, he like places his hand on Vox's upper arm and gives a light squeeze. And he smiles and he says, "It's good to have you around." And then he goes to his own apartments, which are probably upstairs.
I'm gonna respond. I was waiting for that message for a long time. It's good to be back.
He
Then I go up
smiles.
to my bedroom.
Okay. And Vox beds down for the night. And back to Twiddles and Fiddles. How long do the gnomes stay at Poor Decisions?
I don't want to
don't
be out
know.
too late. Because it's already, what, like 11 at this point?
It's definitely like 11:15-ish.
If we want to get an early start, we should.
Let's just head to your flat. It's closer.
It's true. It's quite a hike.
Indeed. Oh, rest well. I'll see you in the morning.
See you tomorrow, Tobias.
Rook kind of scratches his head. I
Rick,
should-
you can stay with us too.
Well, he kind of screws up his features a little bit and says, "Wouldn't that be kind of improper?"
Didn't Rick stay with us in Renwick's house?
He didn't he was in a different you guys were like camping out on a living room floor essentially, but with all the talk
Yeah.
of like a flat. He says, wait, what? I mean, what is a flat again? It makes me think that it's just one room.
I mean, it's kind of like one room. It's a room and a closet. And like a little larder.
We're progressive gnomes. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We'll make a pallet for you on the floor. It'll be cool.
Make sure to paint his toes.
Said Tadias in a language that Rook doesn't understand, so that he doesn't catch on.
I don't speak gnome.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely making note of that. So Rook agrees to head to Delia's flat with the gnome slumber party. But a serious
The
slumber
gnomer party.
Gnomer party. Okay. And you guys head to the flats, and it's still there. Delia uses her key, gets in no problem. And
I'll lay out some like extra linens on the floor for Rook.
now he just puts his pack down and just sets down.
Well, I am exhausted.
I'm with you. Let's go to sleep.
And the gnomes let themselves drift off to sleep. And back to poor decisions one more time. Tadias? How long do you stay awake?
I'm gonna start wrapping up all my map stuff, and I'm gonna actually take out a clean piece of parchment. I'm gonna start drafting up a letter to Miss Katie Kroger.
Ah, okay.
I have no idea the contents of it yet, so it's gonna
That's
be
fine.
like that SpongeBob, like the on the top left for a while, and
That's
he's just
fine.
gonna sit there and watch the candle burn down, and then right in the morning.
Okay. And the excavators, as their numbers down by 1 for now, lay their heads and rest before once again bringing their metal against these elemental cults and this will of a banished god. And we'll continue next time. Bye, Joy.
Bye, Joey.
Bye, Joy.
Bye, Joy.